Hello everyone who has joined us to view the special edition of STEM Talks honoring winners of World Robot Olympiad across categories. World Robot Olympiad is an international robotics competition held across 85 countries. India STEM Foundation, an independent non-profit organization, is the national organizer of the event at India level and has hosted international event in 2016. We hope our viewers will find today's STEM talk with student leaders informative and inspiring. Today we have with us Team Greenbots who represented India and are winners of World Robot Olympiad 2021. Welcome. We have with us Keshav Mohta, who's from 9th Standard Dhirubhai Ambani International School, Shauryaveer Varma, 8th Standard Arya Vidhya Mandir, Bandra, Kritarth Modi, 9th Standard Jamnabai Narsee School. Diving straight into our discussion, Keshav, I want to know from you, what are you tinkering with these days? What are you working on these days in STEM education?
My main area of focus has been and continues to be programming. So I've been honing my programming skills and trying my hand at competitive programming. I'm preparing for taking part in the Indian Computing Olympiad, and I just qualified for INOI. So that will be held in February of this year. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Excellent. Keshav, since you work on so many activities and interact with so many people at different forums, could you tell me one myth, misconception around STEM that you've heard from fellow students?
A lot of people say that it's very tough, STEM is very tough, and that they won't understand it. A lot of my friends have also told me this, but to be honest, it really isn't that tough. And especially if you keep experimenting, tinkering, learning, it just becomes easier day by day. You need to take the first step into your journey in STEM. And I remember I started my journey with robotics back in 2016 when I got an EV3 kit at home. And by watching YouTube videos, I learned and continued to develop. And so I'm sure that if I could do it, anyone can. And of course, practice makes perfect.
Excellent, beautifully summarized. Keshav, also, we would want to know from you to share with our student audience what is that one STEM challenge that students will have to solve in the future?
So I think climate change, it's one of the world's biggest problems. And as we move into a more technologically developed world, carbon dioxide emissions are increasing, pollution is increasing, our atmospheres and our surroundings are just as bad. And I think that technology can help us come up with a solution to the problem. So yeah, I think one of the major focuses of the coming years would certainly be climate change.
Wow. Climate change certainly is one of the emerging problems or existing problems of this world. And there are certainly, solutions that need to be found, mitigation and, abatement solutions that need to be found in the near future, certainly. So Keshav, not giving too much away since you compete at international level, not willing to give too much away to competing teams, but still, curious to ask, is there ever any conflict within the team and how do you resolve it?
So that's a very interesting question. Yeah, I think I remember there was this one time. It was at competition in 2019. We were in Hungary, and I remember I had pissed Kritarth off. I think it was for something related to the robot's battery levels, and he ended up slapping me for it. But eventually, we just got back to working towards our end goal of getting the robot to work. So conflict does happen, but you shouldn't hold a grudge. And despite whatever fights you may have, you shouldn't lose sight of your end goal, which is, of course, winning the competition.
Excellent, excellent. Kirtharth, moving on to you, I want to know from you what are some of the STEM career choices school students can aspire for?
Any technology, anything related to technology or science, like microbiologist or in the IT department. I personally am trying to go in the field of mechatronics, which is a robotics based career choice.
Excellent, excellent. I mean, that's very thorough for someone who's still at school. I am still myself figuring out what new challenges there exist, and you already figured out, your areas of interest. Really proud of you. In addition to that, Kirtharth, I also want to know from you, how has competitions like World Robotic Olympiad changed your worldview?
Competitions like WRO has helped me to understand and appreciate different perspectives and views of the people around the world for sustainable development and collective well-being. These competitions also allow us to appreciate other countries' work and notice sometimes how underappreciated they are.
Wow, very comprehensive, very comprehensive, and in the line of giving comprehensive inputs to our viewers, we also want to share with them through your medium, Kirthar, does one understand by integrated inquiry, and why is it important?
Posing group questions among students and helping them explore ways to find an answer is integrated inquiry. It helps students with their problem solving capacity and increases their knowledge.
Right, right. Excellent. Yes, definitely. And that's the way to go. Problem solving capacity. But problem solving often comes at the expense of, time that you need to invest. And that leads me to my next question. Who is the worst at time management in your team, and how do you guys solve for it? I'm sure you must have some anecdote about it. Eager to hear.
Yes, we obviously do. I'm pretty sure everybody here can agree that I was the one who was the worst at time management. There were times at which I just did not feel like working and wanted to go back home as soon as I could. The team coped up by taking a quick break and grabbing a snack to eat and then start working again. Food really motivates me.
Oh, really? Fantastic. Thank you for giving such honest responses, guys. Moving on to Shauryaveer. Uh, Shauryaveer, can you, for our audience, share one quick DIY STEM challenge that they must do at home?
You could try making a catapult with ice cream sticks or try stacking 100 cups to make a tower like structure. This helps in teaching basic STEM concepts such as weight balancing and learning some laws of physics, such as Newton's second law of motion, which states that acceleration happens when a force acts on a mass, where force is equal to mass into acceleration. You could also try making a pendulum art where you suspend a small can of paint to a string with a small hole in its bottom that is large enough to let constant flow of paint. Then release it above a canvas or a paper in such a way that it keeps on swinging above it, and each time it completes one swing, it changes its path a little. It leads to beautiful artworks and is very easy to do.
Excellent. I am sure there's going to be a lot of paint at our viewers' homes, and we'll get a lot of questions. So, moving on to the next question, Shauryaveer, can you tell us, recommend some websites, some toys that our viewers can visit to know more about STEM? You gave so many examples, from building a tower to doing pendulum art. What are these websites or tools or toys that our viewers can utilize?
So you could try out Lego Mindstorms EV3, Arduino, and Vex. They're all great ways to learn more about STEM. They train your brain in all the subjects of STEM, especially engineering and technology. You could also try coding with Python, HTML, Java, or even Scratch and MIT App Inventor. Other than that, I also know about Brain Code, which is a phone game where you have to solve puzzles and perform tasks by typing program commands. When it comes to websites, Tinkercad is a free and easy to learn 3D modeling tool for beginners. It was one of the first softwares that I explored along with Scratch programming, and I found it great in all aspects. You can also use it to create simulations with breadboards and Arduino kits.
Excellent. I mean, that's a very thorough response, and our viewers certainly will have their hands full to explore sites and toys and tools that you've recommended. But while working with all of these platforms, Shauryaveer, I'm sure you must have to deal with some failure during the learning curve. How do you deal with failure while tinkering with such comprehensive and technologically creative processes? How do you deal with failures is what we want to tell our students. Please, if you could respond to that.
So I believe failure is not complete loss. Now when I look back at the previous competitions I've participated in, I don't think like, oh, I came 10th or I came 15th in this competition. I think about how much I learned from this competition. I learned so many new programming commands and so many new techniques. I myself have participated in WRO itself for the third time and participated in several other competitions before, such as Vex IQ and Robotics. And each competition has brought many new learnings. Without losing in the past, I would have never made it to where I am today. So losing is not all that bad.
Excellent. Spoken like a true leader. I thank all of you, all three champions, Keshav, Kritarth, and Shauryaveer. We wish you all the best for the 2022 season of World Robot Olympiad. Friends, theme for this year's World Robot Olympiad 2022 is My Robot, My Friend. You may be aware it's a combination of robotics and artificial intelligence that can change the world and especially the environment of humans. The season challenges are connected to the ways that robots can help humans. How can we make robot human interactions helpful and safe? For more about WRO 2022, please visit the link in the description below and also visit our website indiastemfoundation.org. We look forward to your comments and suggestions. Until next time, Namaste.